Meanwhile, Louis Gomhert is convinced that Mexico is training Islamic terrorists or something like that. See if you can make any sense of this.
We know Al-Qaeda has camps over with the drug cartels on the other side of the Mexican border. We know that people are now being trained to come in and act like Hispanic when they're radical Islamists. We know these things are happening, and it's just insane not to protect ourselves.
Well, Louis Gomhert using the word insane, so there's something, incredibly ironic about that. So we know, or at least Louis knows. I don't think the rest of us know. To the best of my knowledge, nobody in the federal government has said, "Yeah, Louis is right." that the next time you walk down the street and somebody Hispanic walks by, that particularly if they're dressed in a way that would make you think that they were a recent immigrant to the United States or very proud of their Hispanic heritage, that's definitely a Muslim terrorist in disguise, right? But that's Louis Gomhert would have you believe that. Laura Ingraham, right-wing talk show host, had some interesting thoughts on Boston and immigration. I don't get how you conflate these, but maybe you can make some sense out of this one.
At this moment, we are considering legalizing or giving regularized status to millions of people. Pretty much none of them have gone through any rigorous background checks to have a temporary status in the United States. And I just think there are all sorts of security implications, aside from the other arguments on immigration, national security implications. We can't stop every attack, but my goodness, if we had borders that were shut down and we actually had a proper screening process, maybe we could stop some of them.
I wish I had a time machine, I really do. 1986-87 was a long time ago. And those 2 years, it was actually 13 months from June of 86 to July of 87. Louise and I and our 3 kids lived in Germany, and in West Germany, right by the Czech border and right by the East German border. And there was a fence there, a wall, that actually worked. It actually worked. It was amazing. We had one of the there's 3 of these Salem programs in Germany, and we lived in the one in Steinach, which was about 50, 60 miles from the wall. The one in Herchheim, literally the back of the farm ended at the road, at the dirt road that was the border. And here's how it was laid out. There was this dirt road that ran for miles, and then there was maybe 10 or 15 feet of grass, of just like unmowed, pasture, with big blue signs in it that said Grenze, border, frontier, and had all these warnings about landmines, because that was actually East Germany. So if your car accidentally went off the road, the landmine would take you out. And my friend Gerhardt used to love to drive down that road at 60, 70 miles an hour on this dirt road and just scare the bejesus out of Louise and me. It reached the point where Louise wouldn't get in the car with him. But in any case, so you got 10, 15 feet of dirt, of grass, and then there's like this 25-foot tall chain link fence with razor wire across the top. And then there's about a 15 or 20-foot stretch of sand that's been smoothed perfectly, so a single footprint will show up in it. And then there's another 25, 30-foot tall fence with razor wire at the top, and they're both electrified, and they got all these signs all over them that they're electrified. Every now and then you see a bird hit one of them and just go pfft. And about every 100 or so yards, there's either a tower or a pillbox, and they alternate. Tower, pillbox, tower, pillbox, tower, pillbox, and they're all within sight of each other. And in the towers, they look like the towers in a airline, in an airport. They're maybe 12, 14 stories high, and it's just a tower with windows all around the top, and there's a bunch of guys up there with machine guns. And then the pillboxes, which are between the towers and about 100 yards apart, look like the old-fashioned World War II pillboxes. They're these little brown and black painted things that stick up about 3 or 4 feet from the ground, and you see the slots where the machine guns come out. And as you're driving along, or if you get out of the car, God forbid, and I did it a bunch of times, I got all kinds of pictures of me standing on the border of East Germany. They point their guns at you. Right? Here you are. I'm standing here on the border. If I step back a foot and a half, I'm on a landmine. If I want to try and cross this border, I gotta go across 15 feet of landmine-seeded soil. Then I got to climb an electrified, and not just electrified. I mean, in Germany, they really know how to electrify things. They run their train system on this stuff, right? This is probably 22,000 volts. They got those electrified fence, and then if you get across the electrified fence, you got to make it across the sand. You get across the sand, you got to cross another electrified fence, and then on the other electrified fence, they've got the guys with the dogs walking continuously up and down, checking out the sand. And then if you get over to that side, then they got the guys with the pillboxes and the towers, and they just shoot you dead. And a lot of people got shot dead. This is not funny. I mean, there are pictures. You can probably find them on the internet. But when the wall came down, a lot of these really came out in West Germany. Pictures of people who had tried to cross these walls, or the early walls in East and West Berlin, who literally got hung right across the middle and got disemboweled by the razor wire, and their guts are falling all over the ground, or they got shot as they were, or they got blown up. I remember sleeping in Herheim, in the Solemn Children's Village there in the farm, sleeping in the spring. Must have been March, April. The sun comes up. Now I am literally 50 feet from the East-West German border. The sun comes up, and as the sun comes up, it warms the soil. The soil is seeded with landmines. Guess what wakes me up at 6 o'clock in the morning? Boom! The landmine's going off. Because the soil, because the winter freeze is unfreezing and the soil is moving around and it's setting off the landmines. And then the guys in the towers get all hysterical, and every now and then you hear them shooting at, just in case it was somebody, And every now and then a rabbit will get in there and set off one of the landmines. So that's how you do it. And can you play the last 15, 20 seconds of that Laura Ingraham clip, Shane? Just the last 10, 15 seconds of it. It's going to take you that long to pull it up, because I just want to tell you, this is the only way you can have a fence that works. I have been there. And then you have people say things like this.
We can't stop every attack, but my goodness, if we had borders that were shut down and we actually had a proper screening process, maybe we could stop some of them.
Yeah, we have borders that shut down. I mean, really?